My next upload for today is with regard to the role of the authorities in crime prevention and the role of the courage and bravery concepts in Irish society and the role of civil society principles. This upload is just with regard to how any of the aforementioned concepts are anyway ever jeopardized to facilitate egotistical gains. It gives me concern to acknowledge the reality of my present circumstances as a recovery advocate that has helped with the recovery of much and many at home and abroad in the past 4 years. I'm really concerned about the level of professionalism and integrity at play as a qualified educator. The basic principles are in SPHE. These are for teenage mentalities to evolve to become outstanding human beings, and these are only set at a teenage level, and I'm confronted in circumstances with adults that are setting a bad example as far as I'm concerned, and I'll unabashedly claim so. As a teacher with a clean track record, I've huge concerns for those that are disrespecting the Constitution and those that disrespect women and children's rights. I also have concern for individuals that aren't able to conduct themselves in a professional manner and practice insane behaviours. The fiasco that has been conducted in this circumstance of my child being unlawfully separated from me and traumatised, the fiasco that has spiralled out of control with fallacies and falsehoods is really an embarrassment to the intelligence of human beings that comprehend not just right from wrong, but also the basics of what is fortuitous and what is not so fortuitous when there have been gains, exploitation, and when there has been progress, and people of an egotistical, irrational mindset disrespecting the source of that progress and disrespecting good politics, good social justice practices, good civil society foundations, and all on the premise of opportunistic individuals exploiting from Maria McElligott here in this upload, disrespecting the progress that has evolved from my work, disrespecting the recovery at home and abroad, and causing hazards to society with irresponsible behaviour. And this brings to the point the crime prevention. Is it crime prevention, or is it just good practice that's required, good professionalism, good principles being enforced, people respecting their ethics, morals and codes of behaviour? It just brings to question the level of intelligence with regard to the magnitude of this entire situation. So as my work is affected at home and abroad, I'm quite concerned that people would be so disrespectful. As an advocate, I also have to say that I'm concerned for the sanity and sobriety aspects of this situation. People have been quite presumptuous, they've been quite slanderous, they've been quite disrespectful, and I'm concerned that it compromises people and their level of integrity, their personal integrity. It concerns me that these individuals are being assisted or facilitated or accommodated in any way just for egotistical gains, and that's really superficial. It's very superficial in comparison to the magnitude of the progress I initiated in 2018, and that has helped many people at home and abroad. And I'm quite surprised that people have been so disrespectful, discourteous, or irresponsible, however one wants to see it from their own personal perspective. I'd appreciate a little bit of common sense and common courtesy. It's common knowledge what has been done in this treasonous offence against my bloodline, and it's common knowledge what my child has experienced. And I think it's really presumptuous of people to think they're going to designate and decide about a woman's life outcome. Do you know, it's quite serious that people have been so disrespectful to the progress that has occurred as a consequence of my work. That's that's just the main point of this. And for the young people that are aware of this experience that I'm having as a consequence of opportunistic adults that are disrespecting codes of behaviour, ethics, principles, etc., and that are short-minded or forgetful of the good progress that has come about as a consequence of my humanitarian work. I hope the young people are able to learn from my experience and how it affects the broader community, the broader society, how it affects worldwide affairs, because or due to the nature of my work, this has affected worldwide affairs, and I think it's quite cheeky that intruders and imposters have disrespected the source of my good work, and especially disrespecting faith and family and women and children's rights. So this upload is for the interests of young people, and I really hope the human rights agencies are really aware of how serious the circumstance I'm presented with, without my constitutional rights being respected. So that's as much as I'll say for this morning. In this upload, it's a sad sign of the times for humanitarians.